So you can see here that this is just Canadian data of search volume for tattoo shops and related over time. And as the pandemic hit, it kind of spiked and started to go up a little bit. Then it dipped, but then massive increases in the summer of 2020, a dip again, and then a big increase again in March 2021. And this is just Canadian data. But you look at the spike of 2020, the summer, 173,000 searches a month on average for tattoo-related searches on Google, compared to, a year and a half ago, 50,000. So it's just an incredible increase. Massive opportunity for tattoo shops to leverage this equity with branding plays and strategy. I'm back because it's just so easy now to put out content, and I love doing it. So I want to talk about something that's a little different than the normal geeky stuff that I'm always talking about. If you're someone like me, which you're probably not, because I'm a little crazy, but you love getting tattoos. Tattoos are a big part of my life. That was my first one actually on my neck. It's been a way from me throughout the last 10, 15 years of my life to for personal reasons, solidify current feelings and thoughts, or important moments in my life, or important things in my life. And then, it's something I'm passionate about. I love the culture, the balance of art and business. It's something that's always been really interesting to me is the balance of art and business, whether it was music or whether it was ink or whatever the case may be. I'm fascinated by the business of barbershops right now too. But that being said, if you ask anyone that's a regular tattoo enthusiast or someone that gets a lot of ink, right now they're going to tell you that it's been extremely hard to get in with their artist. It's every artist on Instagram, especially here in Vancouver right now, says book not currently open for bookings. And don't Instagram direct message us, because you got to go through our website or email us or phone us, and we're booked for 3 months. And there's been some articles on this. It was interesting because at the beginning of COVID, the thought was that tattoo shops might not make it, because they were one of the first to be singled out and had to shut down in most of the G20 countries. And then slowly, as things adapted and we learned more with science and through the health authorities, of course, they started opening back up. But what they've realized now is that they're booked to capacity for long past when we think we're going to be out of this pandemic. And what I found interesting about it is, I've been looking to get ink for the last 6 months, and I have a couple artists that I normally went to, and they've just shut down because of the original impact and the shutdown to their business. But I have some others in my network that I've been contacting, and they've been booked forever. I'm waiting. I got 2 pending right now, and it's probably looking like the end of summer with 2 different artists that I've been wanting to get work from for some time. But obviously, I'm in a shop a couple weeks ago. I'm talking to the 2 girls that own it, and they're great artists, and they're explaining to me just how busy they are and how crazy it is right now. They're making more money than ever and doing more work than ever. So I started diving into the data, and the data regarding this is fascinating. You can actually see that as the lockdowns increased, search volume went up for people trying to find tattoo artists, because the psychology of what happened, people are home. A lot of people, 75% of the industry, out of the sectors, didn't shut down, so people are still working and they have money. Things might be tighter, or they might have had a few blips last year if they were temporarily laid off, but generally speaking, a lot of people are still working, and now they're bound to their house and to not able to travel and spend their money in all these different ways. So we're seeing all these different pockets of sectors actually doing incredibly well, because people have this cash that they normally spend leaving the city or leaving the country. And tattoo volume, and I'll throw a video in to show that, is crazy. You can see right when the lockdowns started increasing, when we thought we might be out of this, search volume way up by the thousands. And I think there's going to be a ripple effect for a long time. I think the tattoo shops now that leaned into amount of brand impressions and equity that their shops were getting because of this volume increase are going to do substantially well if they really strategize and utilize what they can based on the incoming inquiries that happened. You know, if any tattoo shop right now, my biggest thing would be any inquiry that comes to your website, you better be capturing those email addresses and storing them, because, you know, 2 years from now when it starts leveling out, you're going to want to have some sort of CRM pumping out content to people and make sure that you're engaging with people on Instagram and things like that. And most artists are pretty good at that stuff, but obviously some shops didn't make it. Just a ton of inbound. So super interesting. It made me start to think. I'm going to start exploring, looking into other sectors that might be doing well, and the psychology of it all, because of course that's where my next move went to looking into this, was, you know, really understanding why. You know, a girl was interviewed, I believe, in the New York Times, and she's like, I have 15 tattoos and 8 of them are all in the last year. It's because we're stuck at home and we're looking to be, people are creative, humans are creative beings. We want to be creative in nature. We want to differentiate ourselves because that's what a lot of us like to do, and tattoos are a great way to do that. So it's super interesting to look at for sure. Boom.